So as you can see, friends, we are on Plume Coin for the second time. And if you missed our previous analysis, you can always check the link in the description so that every move makes sense. In that previous breakdown, I mentioned that we were working with a trend line that has been respected multiple times. I also explained that if the market came back to this trend line and gave us a clear bearish candlestick, then we would be looking for a sell opportunity from that point downward. Now let's talk about how the market played out. Price came very close to tapping that trend line, almost touching it, but not exactly. And instead of giving us the clean bearish confirmation we wanted, it continued selling. This is exactly why discipline is important. If the market doesn't give you an entry signal, then you have no business forcing a trade. No confirmation means no trade, simple. But what matters now is the current story of Plume Coin. When you look closely, the market is still in a strong downtrend. It has been forming a consistent series of lower highs and lower lows, which tells us clearly that sellers are still fully in control. And if you pay attention to the structure, the same trend line we talked about before is still reacting perfectly. Every time price pushes back toward that trend line, it gets rejected and continues falling lower. This is why this trend line is our key level to watch. It is controlling the market movement right now. So here is the main thing we're watching for next. If the market comes back to this trend line around 0.026 and gives us a strong bearish candlestick, then we can confidently look for a sell from there to the downside. The downtrend structure supports this idea, and the trend line has proven itself multiple times. But at the same time, we must be ready for the opposite scenario. If the market does not respect the trend line and instead breaks above it, that is a sign that buyers may finally be stepping in. In that case, we don't jump in immediately. We wait for the retest of that same level. And if the retest gives us a clean bullish candlestick confirmation, then we can switch our bias and look for a buy setup from there to the upside. So in summary, Plume Coin is still in a downtrend, forming lower highs and lower lows. The trend line remains a powerful reaction zone. If price respects the trend line again, we look for a sell. If it breaks the trend line and retests with bullish confirmation, we look for a buy. Now the big question for you traders is this: based on this market structure, who do you think will take control next? Will sellers defend the trend line again, or will buyers finally break through and shift momentum? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, traders, that is all for Plume Coin for today. And until then, stay sharp, trade smart, and I'll see you in the next video.